a framework for empowerment, moving from theory about reflective practice to the practice of reflective practice. An important question for us at this point as reflective practitioners is to consider what we really mean by professionalism. What do we mean by talking about ourselves as professionals? What actually constitutes professionalism within teaching? Well, one thing that we can clearly identify as an attribute of being a professional is about our autonomy as professionals, as learners within the complex environment of teaching. This is important, this illustrates the fact that there is a conflict for us as reflective practitioners between the work that we're doing and the nature of working in an environment which tends to be quite rigid and quite strict. By developing autonomy, the reflective practitioner becomes more empowered as a person and as a professional. Another aspect of professionalism, of course, is the knowledge that we bring to the role of teaching, the professional knowledge that we have, and perhaps more than in any other profession, this is a complex issue because it has two strands. Of course, a teacher has to have subject knowledge. For example, a maths teacher must be very knowledgeable about mathematics, but the reflective practitioner is also somebody who has knowledge of how to teach their particular subject, the pedagogical knowledge. So these two things come together to actually make professional knowledge, and this is an important aspect of professionalism. Also, an important aspect of professionalism is the accountability that we have as teachers. Because we are teaching other people, we have a responsibility to the families and to the children, the people that we work with, in terms of our role. And of course, there's, in this respect, a responsibility to the profession, because we all take on a particular ethical, moral, values approach to what we're doing. We can't do certain things in the classroom, certain things we can do, and we need to work within certain ethical and moral frameworks. And what all of this means for the reflective practitioner is that we need to develop a particular rigor and relevance in terms of our professional role. And this is something that we bring with us into the classroom, we bring with us into the school environment. It's something which underpins the approach to reflective practice. And the real issue here is that teaching, especially in the modern era, is very complex. It's very messy, very undefined. And therefore, the reflective practitioner, as a professional, is somebody who is working within this very unstable, very messy framework. And therefore, if the reflective practitioner is somebody who is simply remaining fixed to theoretical backgrounds, then we are not being responsive and losing that particular rigor and relevance that we need in order to work effectively with the students. And so this becomes not only important for us as professionals, but actually becomes a significant component of the work that we do within society, within the communities particularly that we serve. And so to deal with these particular issues, the reflective practitioner has a professional role, and that role is defined by a certain level of artistry. Teaching is not a mechanistic activity. It is something which is unique to each individual teacher. Every teacher will, over time, develop their particular style, and it's this style that is underpinned through the professional aspects of the role.